doing? What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet I'm in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.
What's going on a Wednesday? Big Bink, Shiny Action. We call this Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. How y'all feeling out there in cyberspace?
Yeah.
Cyberspace.
Cyberspace, internet land, computer world.
He said cyberspace.
Did y'all know Flavor Flav had a podcast?
No.
Interesting though.
It's called the Flav. It's called the Flav Show.
Original.
Okay.
And I just have
the Flav. Love the Flav Show. So no. Flavor
I just happened to cut the TV on and I see it on right now. So that's interesting.
The Flav Man. Yeah, boy.
He used to be the dude, man. He got to be about 63 now. He got to be. He up there.
I just remember when he on the Flavor of Love when he was with Bridget Nelson. That was kind of odd.
You remember that when that first started out, and that was odd as heck. That seemed like that was like forever. That was what, like 03, 04, and that's when old girl we found out about that little short girl who played basketball, real cute. Hoops. Ain't that her name?
Yeah, Hoops.
Hey.
What's up, Kat?
Thanks for tuning in, Kathy.
Yeah, always love Kat.
How you doing, Kathy? But yeah, I just saw that he had a little podcast. I'm gonna check it out and see what he's doing. It's the interview that I'm looking at him and Ice Cube, so I had to check him out, see what old Flavor Flav is doing.
Nice. Flavor. Man, I miss groups like that though. Public Enemy. Man.
I was just sitting back thinking there is no groups. Like if you think about the Migos, for hip hop, the Migos, R&B groups. Well, I'm just saying that's the closest thing we got. And as far as R&B groups,
yeah,
we don't have any. There are none.
Hey, Joanne.
Yeah.
Active groups like pit album cover with 3 of them on it. And After 7 is still together. I'm just trying to think.
No, nothing new though.
Right. Nothing new.
Like they got all these new groups out, these boy bands and whatnot. And it has been a long time since we've had an R&B group.
I want to say Jagged Edge is probably the last group because they had stuff out in the 2000s, right? Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, no, you still got Mint Condition. They still do anything, but
no, they're not. It's just Stokely.
It's not Mint Condition.
Stokely.
Oh man,
last song
I love Mint Condition.
Yeah, no, she
got your phones.
They was cold.
Yep.
They definitely was cold. Phones? Who do I have my phone?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's hop on. Let's do IG Live too. Get another audience.
Let's get to IG Live.
How you do that?
So go to your Instagram.
Yeah, she got to go live and then request us.
Oh, I guess I got to get my phone. Hold on a second.
Go get your phone.
As soon as Shani goes live, let me put that up there on the stand there, on the stander. Try to balance that out right there. There we go.
Okay, now my camera's clean. All right, I ain't all fuzzy over here.
We popping.
Let's see, and then I will send a request.
Yeah, you got to go live. Well, are you going live yet?
Yeah, I'm live.
I don't see you on there live.
I am live. I am all the way live.
I don't see you on there live. Because it would normally pop up to show you live. We friends. Yep. There you go. Boom.
It's on. All right, I'm inviting you.
Okay, and I will go live with Shining.
Hey, all right. Hey, everybody.
Hey, let me turn that down. Turn that down there.
I can't see his whole name. Hey, T is on. How are you enjoying the new job, girl? What's up, A Brown? We're inside of Big Bink's break room tonight. We waiting on Big Bink to come back. We're gonna get into some things tonight here. Hi, Simply Brian Keith. Hi, AF Brown 7777.
There we go.
So far. All right, action is on. So this is Action Jackson. Why we got action here? Which he's gonna be here the whole night. Anyway, Action is getting ready for his big AIDS ride. Hi, Mr. Miranda.
Yes.
Thank you for joining Big Beats Break Room. We're live on Media Room 362. So if you guys wanna come, well, I guess you can comment here too, and we can.
Hey, what's going on? I see you. What's that? T. What's up?
Yeah, that's T.
Okay. Yeah, man. Because I told.
Rhythm is in the house. Rhythm.
Because Shani and I were talking earlier before we got on. Because when I texted her earlier, I was like, "Hey, we doing the show tonight?" She's like, "Yeah," and I was kind of like, "Oh man," I had that. Oh man, because I had just gotten back from the gym, and I was like, I had to take a Epsom salt bath real quick because it goes hard in the paint.
Oh,
in the gym.
damn!
What?
Yeah, what?
I'm sorry, I just cut on IG breaking news. Golly.
What?
Acclaimed director Melvin Van Peebles.
Oh yeah, he passed.
Yeah.
Okay, what account are you on, Bink?
That's some big news. Don't just.
I'm trying to get you on IG so the other audience can see you. Come on.
Oh,
they can't hear you.
Yeah, but that was like I think that's been like a day or so though, B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it happened today. I say breaking news.
No, that
you
happened.
got the request, Bink? You got to accept it.
How you do that?
Oh Lord, Bink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, new post. Okay, Shani Scott. There you go.
Yeah.
Rhythm is in the house. Okay, and then you got to turn it down.
Yeah, you got to turn it down so you get the echo.
I see you waving at me.
Okay, but now you got to accept the request.
I don't see no request though.
Okay.
Oh, request to join. There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Send requests.
Technically challenged.
No, y'all. It's Bink show, but we gonna walk him through this.
Ain't this crazy?
Baby steps.
Okay.
Baby steps.
Oh, we got a lot of people on here. It say requested.
Okay. Now you should be coming through. Hey Josh, how you doing?
Hey, shout out everybody checking us out tonight. Appreciate
Josh,
you.
all the way from Longview, checking in. Okay,
I'm not.
Does it start spinning?
It's supposed to be for your live, right? Oh, Shani Scott accepted you to join a live. Oh, connecting.
Okay, there you go. All right.
There you go.
Now turn your volume down. All right, everybody, meet DJ Big Bink, program director of 97.9B. He's available to DJ your party. Come speak at your events. What else can you do?
Bar mitzvahs, weddings.
Me and Shani teach radio classes too. If you want to learn about the business, and action, we can do a triple threat on y'all.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find some way to put my phone. Jay
Thompson on.
It's good because I'm holding it
on IG Live. My father-in-law lives in Longview. I'm always down in that area. So.
Yeah. Hey, Sean Robinson from the morning is here. Shalante. Thank you for checking in. All right, so y'all are inside of Big Bink's break room, and we about to get everything started. So Bink mentioned, y'all didn't hear him say this. Melvin Van Peebles passed. Yesterday. Go ahead, Bink.
Yeah.
We tried, Kathy. We tried.
I'm sorry. I just saw it on IG on Roland Martin's page. I just saw that he passed away at 89 years old. This dude is responsible for some of the biggest movies in the 70s, a lot of the exploitation movies where that was kind of our door to open, to knock it down to bigger and better roles and things of that nature. You think about people like Fred the Hammer, I forget his last name, the Hammer Williamson and Isaac Hayes and all these black actors and actresses, Coffee Brown, Pam Grier, You know what I'm saying? Huggy Lowdown, not Huggy Lowdown, Huggy Bear, Antonio Fargas, like all these cats, man, were just part of that Melvin Van Peebles tree. As you know, I mean, people ain't doing nothing but getting older anyway. But you just, it's he lived a great life, 89 years on this earth. You can't ask for that. You can't pay for that.
All
So
right.
shout out to
Absolutely.
him, and then his son Melvin, Mario Van Peebles, great director from Posse. That movie to New Jack City. Wow, rest in peace to the homie.
Yeah.
The big homie.
Yeah, and
So-
speaking of media and people that are making changes, have y'all heard that Byron Allen just put in a bid to buy Tegna? I think he put in like $80 million or something. I probably got the number wrong. Okay, Tegna, y'all don't understand. Those are local TV companies. So in Dallas, Channel 8 is a Tegna station. In East Texas, CBS 19 is a Tegna station. They have them clean. It's like 51 different markets, 64 stations. And Byron Allen has been trying to do big things in media and he actually has.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
hope that he gets that. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
this dude
big though.
is worth 300. I think it's 300 billion with the Weather Channel that he bought and all this other entities and stuff. And he was probably most famous over the last 6 months for trying to take Comcast to court or to battle them against the monies that wasn't being dispersed in the African American media. They got all this money for advertising and stuff, and less than 10% were coming to the African American outlets. And people was hating on Byron Allen, and I didn't understand. He was always on the lower totem pole in perception as far as people who was really getting it. I know he had his overnight. This is when I was little. He had his overnight interview show, and it came on at 2, 3 in the morning. And then he was a comedian for a while. He did stand up.
Yeah.
But his name didn't come up when you said Oprah. His name didn't come up, when we talked about black excellence in the media. But all in all, through it all, he been killing the game. I mean, this dude is a billionaire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was fighting for us with the whole Comcast cable thing. So shout out Byron Allen.
Yeah, I hope he gets it.
Yeah, I do too. Like Lil Wayne said, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
What? Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Yeah. There's a G in lasagna, but it's silent. It's a silent G.
Oh.
I was like,
so real
lasagna
that's one of the coldest lines from 6
Shout out Lil Wayne for that.
Yeah.
I see my cousin on here. What's up, Clyde? South side of Chicago. 9 Trey in the building. Yeah, that's my cousin Clyde. Wow.
And speaking of TV, we have a guest. I'm gonna try to get him on the
IG.
Up on the IG too.
Is it gonna be enough room? Somebody got to cut it half.
No, you get 4. Yeah, you get 4 people on IG now. That's dope that they did that too. By the way.
Oh, they just did it.
No, it's been a second, but I mean, you could say just did it, but it used to be you only could have like 2 people on your IG Live, but then they stepped it up, and now you can have up to 4 people on your IG Live.
Yeah. So this person, they were featured on CBS 5 here. I think it's CBS 5 here.
Mm-hmm.
I met this young man at Michael Sean's. Wasn't Michael Sean's event, but it was an event that Michael Sean was on the panel for black men. It was a black men's brunch, and all these black men came together that were entrepreneurs to talk about how they could move forward and be supportive of each other. And it was really a beautiful thing, because in most situations, when you get a whole bunch of black men together and say, all right, y'all network, y'all usually just sit there and look at each other. But everybody was talking, the energy was good. And this young man was introduced to me by Leah, who's a publicist here, and she's responsible for a lot of people's careers. And he shared with me the project that he was doing on Oak Cliff. So that already touched my heart.
Southside girl.
You got to explain.
Oak Cliff.
We got people from different. We got people from different parts of the world on. You got to explain what Oak Cliff is.
Well, Oak Cliff is.
I just thought about. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oak Cliff is an area in Dallas that has transformed a lot over the years. People call it the hood, but Oak Cliff is really not. It's not the hood. There's a rich history there.
Mm-hmm.
There are homes. We have $1 million homes in Oak Cliff. Some great people came out of Oak Cliff. Like everybody that graduated from David W. Carter High School, that's located at 1819 West Wheatland Road in Dallas, Texas 75232. Okay.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Yeah, to make sure that y'all understand what Carter High School is and what it means to Oak Cliff. I mean, we got Kimball, we got Velt, we got Sock too, but then there's Carter. There's David W. Carter. That is the greatest school in the whole wide world. And so this young man shared with me that he's doing this piece on Oak Cliff, and he's trying to find people that meant something to Oak Cliff that he can share their story. Yes, CC for life. Somebody know on IG. And the first person that he
work
I
at
cannot
CC's?
remember her name. CC for life, Carter Cowboy for life.
Oh, I
That's
thought it
what
was
CC for L.
CC's Pizza. Sorry.
No, it's not CC's Pizza. It's not CC's Pizza. We're not hot and ready. Okay. But without further ado, let me introduce him. Let me bring him up. His name is Donald. And yeah, that's Donald. Everybody say hi to Donald. What's your
Big
Instagram?
How are you? You said what was my Instagram?
Yeah, what's your IG so we can get you on here?
Well, my Instagram, what the project is called Village Oak Cliff. VILLAGE Oak Cliff. And my regular Instagram is Shy About My Art, where all my NFL photography and skateboard photography and just hobby photography is pretty much.
Looking like fabulous.
I know. Doesn't he look like fabulous?
Yeah, looking like Fabo.
Man, you got me
Okay,
on camera. I don't even know how many people on here looking at me.
Yeah, but just look up. You look good on Channel 5. Actually, meet Bink. There's Bink up at the top.
What's up, bro?
Action is
How are
down
you?
here.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Do you have your
Nice to
phone?
meet you. Do I have my
Do you have
phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my phone right here.
Okay, go to Instagram and go to my page and send me a request to get on here, to get on the live. Because I can't pull up the Village Oak Cliff. I know I'm following it because I've liked some stuff on there. And while you're doing that, can you talk a little bit about the project that you're doing for CBS 5 and for yourself? For Oak Cliff?
Yeah, so it's NBC 5.
NBC 5, my bad.
Yeah, so it's not for them, it's mine. But pretty much, they featured me yesterday on Channel 5's news last night at 10. Candace Sweat. She followed me around Oak Cliff. Well, the way that it was supposed to be Glendale Shopping Center. We were walking around talking about gentrification and what the importance of capturing the essence of the Black community is before gentrification takes over. But they cut that segment out. People don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a whole 2-minute segment that it was supposed to be about what is this project? Why are you doing this? The importance of the Black community and all this other stuff like that. And they cut all that. They didn't even run any of it. And you familiar with Glendale Shopping Center?
Yeah, very. Yeah, and the people on IG are missing out on this.
Yeah.
So you find mine? We don't want them to miss that because they probably like, why they?
That's important. Because it's happening.
What you just said is very important.
Yeah, because it's happening everywhere.
What's your Instagram?
Shani, SHANI. Scott, SLTT.
I see it. Let me follow.
Oh, that's right. I need to know.
All right, it's a little. Hold on.
All right, there you go. Okay.
Wait, did I do it right?
Yeah. I saw you pop in there. She's gonna send you a request. I see Village Oak Cliff joined right there on IG Live. And we appreciate you guys tuning in to Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. We're here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Don't forget, download the Media Room 360 app. It is free. And you can check out the show and take over Legends in the Morning and everything we're doing on the Media Room 360.
Yeah. Okay, so now run it back because the people on Instagram missed it and we lost some because it was just got quiet when you were talking.
Yeah.
And then turn it down too.
I turned my phone all the way down, so I don't think that's me. I think
Bink,
I
turn
turned
your phone down.
yeah, I
I'm
turned it
on
all the way
silent
down.
mode.
That ain't me.
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit. I can't turn it all the way off since I'm live, I
Yeah, I can
guess.
hear it a little bit
Okay.
too.
My
All
fault.
right. So let's talk about that. So it was the piece that they left out on Channel 5 was the gentrification piece.
Right. So they posed a question. They had asked me, what is the driving force of why you want to do this project? Why do you want to take photos of Oak Cliff and protect the prosperity of your neighborhood? And I brought up the fact that, we praise the Gordon Parks of the generations that have come before me that captured community. But now we live in a time where we don't really value capturing history. We let it go by and then we look back and we wonder why we don't have the images to commemorate the community and time that has gone by. So for me, it was very imperative that I went to that part of Oak Cliff to show, this is what is happening with the city. The city is trying to take over this neighborhood and kind of eradicate the Black community. And I want to use my photography to provide context for generations to come. And I want to show Black business owners and the pillars of the community and all this other stuff like that. And they scrapped all that. All that was scrapped. They recorded it, but they didn't air it on TV. So what they aired on TV was there's a woman by the name of Ruth Haunt. She owned a business, a grocery store in Oak Cliff 36 years ago. And I just wanted to have a face for the village. The village is pretty much a photo series / short film to commemorate Oak Cliff in a more positive light. There was a lot of people that have a misconception of what Oak Cliff is. They think that it's a ghetto, they think that it's a hood, but there are so many people that have come out of Oak Cliff and done phenomenal things. I was raised in Oak Cliff. I'm educated. I have 2 college degrees. I'm a photographer. I make great money, but I don't want my face to be the face of the village. I want the people who have come before me that really laid the foundation to be the face. And I want to give them their flowers while they're still here. I heard you guys talking about the Black director who passed away. I don't know too much about him. I've seen his son and New Jack, of course, is one of my favorite movies, but I don't know too much about him. But it made me think about what it is that I'm doing. There are so many people that haven't had their stories told in Oak Cliff that are dying, whether it be from old age, whether it be from COVID, uh, no matter what it is, they're not having their stories told properly. And, people are going on in life thinking that Oak Cliff is just this big old ghetto and this big place to avoid. You should hear some of the things that were said. Like I got so many DMs last night from being on the news. Like, man, you spoke so highly about Oak Cliff, and I would love to see more stories coming out. If you see some of the comments people have left, like, oh my gosh, I got to come to Oak Cliff to try these cakes and this and that. And I really just want people that don't know anything about Oak Cliff to have the same respect that they have for Harlem, the same respect that they have for LA, the same respect that they have for Atlanta, all of these Black meccas across the country that have so much respect. I want the same respect to come to Oak Cliff as well. So um, it's just me doing this. I'm doing this every day. I go to schools and I go to the community and I build relationships, trying to tell these stories of Black businesses, Black history, trying to find pillars of the community before they die. Because I know these people have done so many great things and they feel like they don't feel appreciated. They don't feel that they're getting the flowers that they deserve while they're still here. When they die, they'll be all over the news and, you know, or they'll be missed and all this other stuff. But I want to be able to connect with them while they're still here to be able to speak for themselves. So that's pretty much
Right.
what the village is.
It gives us a digital footprint of it as well. Turn your phone some on Instagram so we can see you in the frame as well. So, how did you get started in photography? Is that what you went to school for, or is this just a hobby
No,
that you started?
no, it wasn't even a hobby. I lost my job last year due to COVID. I was working at Bell Helicopter as an environmental health and safety specialist, uh,
Boom.
and ended up losing my job. I was making
Oh,
phenomenal money. It was one of the greatest jobs I ever had. My parents raised me to go to school and go get a job. That's what they told me. I played football in college, but it didn't pan out. So you got to figure it out. So I figured it out, got a job. COVID hit, ended up losing my job, and I had a moment with God where I really was just talking like, man, I really want to feel fulfilled. I had never felt fulfilled in my life. You know, I've done good things, I've done philanthropic things, but I had never truly felt fulfilled in the work that I was doing. So when I picked up a camera, it was just instantaneous that things started to fall into place. Um, I I started taking photos of NFL players because my next door neighbor is a trainer for NFL players. And fast forward, I took a photo of Derrick Henry, and 2 days later, I was on NFL Total Access with my photography, and my photos would flow through ESPN, and Tennessee Titans were reaching out, and I took a photo of some NBA players. It floated through the NBA, and took a photo of a famous skateboarder, and that ended up on Vans. So it's just like, for the first time, it felt like things were falling into place and I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. Every other thing that I tried to do, it was like I had to beat on the door for it to open. But with photography, it was just like I had to do a light little tap and the door would just fly open for me. I probably didn't even have to tap. It was just like I had to just show up and the door would open for me. So
Yeah, and he's young because you can. I know what it is. You don't have on headphones, so we're hearing.
I got some headphones.
Yeah, grab some because we're hearing you. We're hearing everything back through there. That's what's happening. But he's young. He's under 30. We'll say that.
Yeah, don't give it away.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants everybody to know exactly how old he is, but he is under 30.
I think this
And doing big things.
Okay, I think that's it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not ringing anymore.
Yeah. You had asked me my age.
Mm-hmm.
My
I told him
birthday
that you were under 30. I don't know if you need to say the exact age, but he's under 30 doing big things.
My birthday is actually Saturday. I will be 29 years old. So
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What you got planned for your birthday?
Man, I'm not one of them types to really do much for my birthday. I just have a moment. Every birthday, ever since I turned 25, I meditate when I wake up, and I just really just give thanks that I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people in my age bracket that didn't make it. So I just have a moment where I just thank God that I'm here. You know, go get some good food and just have a day to myself. That's really it. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I just have a moment to myself and listen to some music. You see, I got the art on the wall, so
I like that.
Just being here vibing.
Now let me see. As a photographer, this is kind of getting off the subject, but it's kind of on point. Do you have art and pictures that you sell?
Actually, I do. So, man, it's been a crazy year for me. So, to give you a little context of that, so I started my first photo series. It's called Claws. It was a commemoration to women's nails, just showing that it was an underappreciated art form. And I tapped in with a bunch of nail techs all over Dallas. Took a bunch of photos, and I actually had my first exhibition right by Fair Park. Fast forward maybe 4 or 5 months later, the Southern Methodist University, SMU, reached out to me, and they were like, hey, look, we have a small Black community here. We want to kind of service to them, and we want to see if you want to bring your exhibition to SMU. And I was like, damn, like SMU don't do nothing for Blacks, like ever. You know, that's a completely, it's a white school. Like, this is monumental for me because I literally had only been taking photos for maybe 6 months at that point. They allowed me to come up there. They paid me to have my exhibition there. That's where I started selling prints for my work. So I was selling prints of nail art, turned around and did a philanthropic project called Faces of Dallas, where I humanized the homeless through photography. Took the proceeds and donated the money to a nonprofit to put the money back into the streets. I don't even benefit from any of the money I make from Faces of Dallas. So any money that I make off of a print that I sell of a homeless person, I directly take it back to a shelter, and it goes right back into the streets to help somebody else that's in need. And then when it comes to
hold on, pause for a minute on that.
Yeah, we gotta clap it up. We gotta clap it up.
Yes, that's big. That's big.
Thank you. So I just don't believe in exploiting the homeless for profit. That's not what I do. They entrusted me in the streets to tell their story and to protect the prosperity of the relationship that I built with those homeless people. You know, I don't believe in exploiting the homeless. So their photos, this was actually a touching moment for me. I was actually riding my bike 2 weeks ago. I was riding the Deep Ellum, and one of the homeless men that I have on Faces of Dallas had stopped me, and he said, "Damn, dog, like I've been looking for you. I saw my face on this big screen at Victory Park." And he was like, "Man, I just broke down in tears because you promised us that you would tell our story. You told us that you were going to take us as far as you could go." And I did that. So I didn't really care for the cosign of my peers or any of my friends or anything like that. I really wanted that cosign in the streets that, you know, they would keep on trusting me to tell their story. So that's what I do. I go out into the streets and I take photos of the homeless and tell their stories to the masses. I have my own website. You can check it out. It's called Faces of Dallas. So yeah, I do that.
Facesofdallas.com, is that it?
So it's shyaboutmyart.com, and then when you go to film work, yeah, so it's called shyaboutmyart.com, and then when you go to film work, you'll see Faces of Dallas claws, my Katrina pieces and all that. You know, I did a letter to New Orleans as an adult to the New Orleans residents that were affected by Katrina. I did a whole bunch of different things. I'm a storyteller more than I am a photographer. So you can kind of see my style on my website and all that. So
that's dope. That's really dope.
So
Yeah, it's important too.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's dope and important.
What kind of support do you need from us and the viewing audience today to help you keep moving forward with what you're doing?
Just continue to share the village. That's really it. You know, I really want to tell the story of the Black community and put it in a space in a fine art space, if that makes sense. So I want to be able to go to museums and resonate with what I see. I can't go to Dallas Museum of Art or any museum and see my community on the wall. So I'll be the change that I want to see. And really, I just need people to just support what it is that I'm doing. You know, I don't really ask for much, just a like and a share, and let people know what it is that I'm doing. That's really
and
it.
Your Instagram is The Village Oak Cliff?
Village, Village, Oak Cliff, and then my Instagram is Shy About My Art.
Have you ever thought about opening up your own space and doing your art there?
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I was talking to this guy who's like a mentor to me. He was like, I'm so proud of what you're doing, and I'm not trying to knock what you're doing, but you need to take control of your own work. You need to open up your own studio. You need to do your own virtual studio. You need to create your own prints. Like, I'll create the prints with you. I won't charge you nothing. Like, you need to control everything. You don't need to let no white person have no say, no control over nothing. Forget these networks, forget these everything, do it yourself. And, you know, it makes me think, it puts a mountain in front of me. It's like, damn, like I got to do all this by myself. But in reality, you know, that's what community is for. It's meant to rally around a person. If you believe in what they're doing, rally around them and kind of push them over that hump. Because to me, that's where I struggle. I get in my own head sometimes and I think, damn, like this is way too much for me. Like I can't do this by myself, but I do need the support. I do need to just help to kind of get over. And I don't know what I don't know, you know, so I don't know how to open up my own space. I don't know how to monetize off of my own thing at a bigger scale, you know, so I would definitely need the help and guidance. I'm a student in everything I do, so That's why
Oh,
I
so we
look at
need
it.
to get him with the business bully. You need to talk to Dave Anderson.
Yeah, Dave,
Dave
or
Anderson.
again, just do what you did to begin with. Trust God. I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
yeah, you talked to him and he got you in the position you're in right now. So, trust him all the way and do what you got to do. But that is so dope, my man, because it's like it is a market that's untapped right now and a space that's unfilled that you're trying to fill right now. And I could definitely see that popping off because we don't have something like that. We don't have a gallery here in Dallas. I've been here for a while that doesn't represent us or shows us in a different kind of light and
Right.
in a positive way too. And I just love what you're doing, period. Just working with the community and doing the stuff with the homeless, that touches me all the time. When you mention that, because that's something when I was in radio, remember I used to live in the shelter at Dallas Day Life. Like every Thanksgiving, I would, when I was on the radio, I would move into the homeless shelter just to bring attention to the people in the homeless shelter. And I would live there for a week. And just to be able to talk to those people and to understand them and see what they were going through real life, it's just amazing to me. And I can't applaud you enough. And anything you need from me on help in that sense to help you out, or you got any questions on that, dude, I am down. I will help you out with anything you can. I heard you ride bikes. I ride bikes. Look at that. See?
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it. For me, I try to be intentful with everything I do because I know I represent more than just myself. I represent my family. I represent, my son that isn't even here. I want my family to be proud of me. I want people to support me in everything that I do and not just some of what I do. So I'm very intentful with the way that I create. I'm very intentful with the way that I shoot. I don't produce trash. So I think that's why people gravitate towards me a lot easier than a lot of other photographers. My intent isn't to get paid. My intent isn't to get rich. I'm trying to plant these seeds to change the art culture of Dallas. Because think about it, everybody that's cold in Dallas is leaving Dallas. They're going to New York. They're going to LA, San Francisco, abroad. They're not staying here, laying the foundation for Dallas. I just did an interview with D Magazine, and they posed the question, do I feel like I'm a part of the change in the art scene of Dallas? And I said, I feel like I'm a very, very small vessel of the change because I refuse to leave until I see a change. I don't want to leave Dallas and give my creations to New York or anything else. And this is no disrespect to other places, but this is the crib. I'm from Dallas. People disrespect my home all the time saying, well, Dallas ain't this, Dallas ain't that. Forget the Cowboys. And it's just Dallas slander all over.
Okay, I can understand that last part.
I see the Raiders in the background, man. So, I'm a Al Davis fan. I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a Al Davis fan. So I got much love for Al Davis, but not so much the Raiders.
Watch out now.
But I'm just really big on the crib, man. Like I'm super big on like anybody trying to do something positive for Dallas. That's what I'm about. Because if we not here to do anything about it, nothing will ever get done. So that's just kind of how I see it.
All right, if you're just tuning in on Instagram, this is Big Bink's Break Room. I'm Shawnee Scott. Big Bink is right there on Instagram, he's below me. Next to me is Action Jackson, and next to Bink is Don. What's your last name, Don?
Thomas.
Don Thomas. Don T. Yes. Now you got a comment on Instagram from C-Note24. He says, it's never too late. It's never too big, bro. Hit up at bws.gallery, a Langston grad. You know C-Note24? Bink?
Oh.
Who is that?
I can't see his
Them
face.
your people.
Yeah, I can't see his face. I'm sure I know who it is. See, no, who that? Well, I know who it is. He went to Langston. I know him.
You went to Langston?
Absolutely.
Okay, I went to the University of Oklahoma, so
it is. Yeah, okay.
So wait a minute, I want to go back though because you said something earlier. So what did you go to school for? What did you get your degree in?
Criminal justice, minor in information technology.
Oh, this Corey. My bad, Corey.
So
Oh, my bad.
it's it's kind of wild.
Corey, my bad.
Um, it's kind of wild how my college path went, but I had started out as a business computer information systems major because my dad was real big on like, hey, you need a job, you need to be able to get out of school and get paid. You know, he was making six figures, so I trusted everything he said. But I couldn't pass economics. Economics was whooping me down. So I did an internship with the Dallas Police Department in the forensics department, and I actually fell in love with it, but it was a hate love relationship because I couldn't detach, if that makes sense. The things that I was seeing, I couldn't detach from it. It was a drive to do it, but it was also like I was taking that shit to the house with me too. Like I couldn't sleep at night. Um, it was really weighing on me, like seeing dead babies and having to like be engaged with rape victims and hear their stories. And I mean, the internship that I did was like we in there. We borderline employees at that point. And this was early 2012, so I'm pretty sure things have changed. But the internship that I did, like they really give you a taste of what this is gonna be like. Like you in there fingerprinting, doing the material, the solutions, and all that, spraying the mattresses for blood, and all that. We did all that. So,
Okay, and then
yeah,
so fast forward, you end up at. You said you worked at Bell
Bell
Helicopter.
Helicopter.
So
Yeah.
how did you end up there in your position
Uh,
today?
you know, I had met a guy at my first job that I had, which was at Zix Corp, which is a tech company, and I ended up leaving that job just because some mess. And pretty much, I was unemployed for a little minute, and this guy called me while I was grocery shopping. He was like, "Hey, you looking for a job?" I said, "Yeah, I'm always looking for a job. What's up?" He was like, "Man, my wife is looking for environmental health and safety at this job. It pays real good. Are you interested?" I said, "Well, who's it with?" He said, "It's with Bell Helicopter." And I said, "Oh, damn, that's a good job. That's for real." And like I can make some good paper with that. So he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna call my wife. You'll start Friday." I was like,
Wow.
I don't have to apply." He was like, "No, like I'm gonna call my wife. She's looking for somebody. Her word, she was way up there at Bell. She's like, I'm not gonna say VP, but she was like something up there. I don't know what she was, but she had enough power to get me and drop me in this spot. And I started within like 2 days of talking to them. I didn't have to apply. All I had to do was do, my W-9 or W-2, whatever. And I started, and that was it. And that was
You still talk to the wife?
no, no, we don't talk anymore.
Yeah.
That was
Because
good. That
after
was good contact.
no
Yeah.
after
We
after
need that contact.
Yeah.
no for sure. Like after COVID, things just kind of wrecked a little bit. So um, I fell out of touch with things, and I kind of redirected my life. And now I'm in these creative spaces. So they see me on the news all the time, and they send text messages and call and say they proud and all this other stuff like that. Like I got a message from one of my Bell coworkers this morning. He was like, "Man, I saw you on TV," and I told my wife, like, this man right here, I knew he was destined for bigger. Because we always used to, like, Bell is so big, people don't understand, like, it's so many levels to Bell that people don't understand. Like, Bell has the manufacturing side in Texas, but we send our helicopters to Tennessee to get painted. Like, famous people come to the plants to walk it and see, like, oh, this is how my helicopter is going to be built. Harrison Ford came to my job one time. He bought a helicopter on the spot, dropped cash for it, flew away in it. So it's just like people don't even understand. Like it's mythical things that happen, and it's like, bro, like Bell was so big and so informative to me because it just put things into perspective. Like what you thought was paper, it ain't paper. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives you perspective of how people really spend their money, you know. So I don't know. It just made me think bigger. Like, I'm not money driven, but when you see people with money, it's like, damn, dog,
Yeah.
it's Tuesday morning and you came and bought a helicopter. Like you just woke up this morning and said, damn, I want to buy a helicopter today. And Bell helicopters are not cheap.
Oh
You know,
no.
they high. They for real high. And then Bell also gives you, if you want to like add, like, if you one of them people who are like paranoid when you fly, if you think someone's gonna shoot you out the air, Bell has this technology where like they can put these little things in the helicopter to like shoot out of the helicopter to redirect missiles. And man, there's so much stuff that they could put in the helicopter to make you feel safe and securing your helicopter, man. And it's up in the millions. So
He dropped off. They said he dropped off on IG Live.
oh, let me see.
They can't see it.
Oh,
Hold up. My
Yeah.
fault.
No, you all right.
I
you're
think
doing
my-
a good interview then.
Yeah, but see, I felt the
You gotta
same
come
way
back.
because I'm a criminal justice major too. But I was like you. I'm like I can't get into that because the realness of it. I didn't see myself doing that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like,
Right.
I just couldn't. I was like, nah, man. I
think
love
it
the
booted me out.
I love the degree, but I'm like, nah, man. No.
I think it booted me out of the live, I think.
Yeah, just asked to rejoin. Did you send him another request, Johnny?
Oh, you have to send me a request.
Yeah, see, we request him if he got jumped out because you have to sign back on in there.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, but that's dope, man. Just real dope.
right, I
Again,
see
Big
the
Bink's
invite.
Break Room podcast. Don't forget every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. You got the man up there, top of the screen, Big Bink, right here, Shiny
Big Bink.
Scott, Action, and our guest tonight, Don T. And he's
Yeah.
telling us about his projects that are coming up. And again, for anybody that might have just joined us, give them the website and everything else that they can check out some of your work that you're doing.
Shyaboutmyart.com, Village Oak Cliff on Instagram, and Shy About My Art on Instagram. That's it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna look at that.
We talked
Yeah.
about the film work you was doing in the documentary that you was doing on Oak Cliff. Now let me ask you this. I got a couple of questions. Some people say Oak Cliff, some people say Oak Cliff. What's the correct pronunciation of Oak Cliff?
It's Oak Cliff.
Two syllables,
but
Oak Cliff.
It's two syllables, but I mean, if you want to run it together and call it Oak Cliff, it's all about the speed. It's all about the delivery. But we all know what you're talking about. You know, it's only one Oak Cliff in the world.
The cliff.
So the cliff. It's the cliff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a documentary guy, and I want to go back to what we were talking about for the people who just tuning in, just about the footage. The footage that a good documentary contains, like especially in the video space, in the TV space. I probably have seen every Eyes on the Prize. I've probably seen every documentary from Louis Gates about our people, which is so underrated that people need to get up on that. But the documentaries that PBS run on African American studies and things that we've been through as a people is phenomenal. I think those aren't celebrated enough. But the first thing that I look for, when a documentary is on, we looking for that footage. You was talking about, there are people doing it, but it's not celebrated. You know what I'm saying? It's like we just let the history go by and be like, damn, you remember? I think about my radio career. I think about our radio career in Dallas and all the stuff that we did. And you know what, Don? We don't have no footage of it. We got some. We got a little, but we
Zero.
don't have.
A few pictures.
I think about Langston University and the 4 years that I spent there, and some of the people on this stream right now with us now because of some of the things that they remember about me that I did for the journalism department at Langston University. And yeah, I got a few awards and plaques, but that video of me sitting in TV3 or me being on the radio is gone. I got a couple of tapes with my voice, but to your point, I wish that I would have been thinking ahead like you are. I'm a little older than you, but you're thinking ahead of capturing this moment. And social media wasn't out back then when I was on the yard. There wasn't no social media.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But even having the foresight to think about 10 years from now or 20 years from now, you would love to see yourself, what you was doing, so you can show your kids about things that you did, when you were in college. And that's one thing that I regret, about the success that I've had in journalism, documentation, video documentation. It's far and few between, at least for me.
No,
you know what
sure.
I'm saying?
I totally understand. Yeah.
And so when you talk about documentaries, I think that is so important. I'm from the South Side of Chicago. When you talk about the gentrification process that started when I left Chicago in '98, when they started tearing down the projects off 55, off the Dan Ryan. And to go back now and to see the hood where I used to work at the Bad Boys home on 35th Michigan is now a beautiful, luxurious part of town. When I left Dallas in 2012, because we were talking about gentrification with those that are tuning in, it's happening everywhere around the world. But when I left and they constructed the bridge and they went and put that dope Chinese spot and the cake place and the Mexican spot all over there. What is it? Trinity Grove?
Trinity Grove, yeah. I'm like,
when they put that over there, that wasn't there when I left. I went over to Bishop Arts District and I almost lost my mind because it looks like a whole different new place over there of what they did. Ray Crockett from the NFL got a restaurant over there. You know what I'm saying? So there are still areas that are not left to hang, if you know what I mean. Still areas where people are struggling, like over there on Overton and Ann Arbor and all that old stuff. When we talk about Dallas, Texas, if you're just tuning in, a part called Oak Cliff. Every South Side in every major urban city has one. But even Columbus, Ohio, where I worked, and Indianapolis, Indiana, where I worked, I've seen the transformation, and it's going on, and it's going to continue to go on. But to your point, like documenting that transition, the before transition, the average lady on the corner who did stuff for the kids, and it's just a story told by other people who are older, who lived on the neighborhood, who can share that information. But just think about your teachers and everybody who changed your lives and the stuff that they did that wasn't publicized and it's not documented. And I just applaud, again, from the documentary side, and I'll just talk about this and I'll shut up. The big Dallas surge from 2002 to 2010. I'm talking about from the music side now. Yeah. I know we had Nemesis and the Rally Boys and Cottonmouth, all that from the 90s, but we were instrumental on the radio to break all those artists that came out of Dallas. There are a couple documentaries that I've seen, maybe two. Corey Cleghorn did one, and I forgot I'm From Dallas. That's the name of the documentary. But there is so much footage that I would like to see from that era, and people looking at Dallas and the ball downtown meaning something, looking like a microphone, that whole thing. So to your point, it is very, very, very important that we start to capture. It's easier now because of social media, but capturing it with that eye that you got, it sends a different message when you're looking at it, on TV or a documentary or whatever, because you're going to shoot it different than somebody on social media just going to shoot it. Right. There's a difference. So I just got excited when you start talking about that, man, because that's all I do is watch documentaries. That's all I do.
Right. Man, when I lost my dad, it really put things into perspective as I was trying to put together his video to commemorate his life. And it just really made me think, like, damn, like post 15 years old, we don't have any moments together where we laughing or anything where we're really showing our relationship. We just kind of enjoyed the moments. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying moments in the present, but when you having a down moment where you really miss that person and they're gone, you really want to tap into those moments that are no longer accessible. They're memories.
Yeah.
So for me, I vowed when I started to create is that I wanted to present the notion of time, being able to stress the importance of moments and time. So if you go to my Instagram, the first photo you'll see is a photo of Miles Turner, Von Miller, and Ty Montgomery. All three of them work out at the building that I live in, but Miles Turner is a center for the Indiana Pacers. Von Miller,
The Pacers, yeah.
he's a center for the Pacers. Von Miller, obviously, Super Bowl MVP.
DeSoto.
DeSoto, Texas,
Yeah.
Denver Broncos, and then you got Ty Montgomery, and they're all like dapping each other up. But it was a moment in time because all these dudes are in different realms. Like he in the NFL with the Denver Broncos, he in the NBA, and Ty plays for the Saints, and they have a moment where they come together and they showing each other love after a hard workout. Like that photo right there, it might not mean much to anybody right now, but when these guys retire and you start to put it in the context of like how these dudes spent their time working and they came together to be as great as they are in their crafts, it's something that you'll look back and say, damn, like that's a powerful photo. Like we look back and we see Magic and and someone else in a different, realm coming together, and we just think that that's the greatest photo of all time because it's no longer there. We can't live that moment anymore. So anytime I shoot, I try to capture that way. But when it came to Oak Cliff, I really felt like nobody had captured Oak Cliff at a high quality. Everything had been about garbage. It either been about, is Oak Cliff the toughest hood, or is Oak Cliff the ghettoest place, or is this the best place to get food? And I think food is definitely a major contributor to the culture of Oak Cliff, but that's not all we have to offer. Athletics isn't the only thing that Oak Cliff has to offer either. So I made it imperative to tap in with people who were really pillars to the community. So if you watch that NBC segment, you'll see the woman that I chose. She just had a grocery store in Oak Cliff, but my mother brought her to my attention because my grandmother was on welfare in the 70s, and she used to have to get food on credit. And I didn't know what getting food on credit meant. I didn't understand what the notion of that because I've never had to do it. But when they explained to me that, family-owned grocery stores used to have credit lines with families who couldn't pay their grocery bill, that really resonated with me. Like, man, we're so far away from helping one another in our communities. Someone still here to speak on how they helped their community through their business. That person deserves to be honored. Yeah. And she's still here to speak for herself. It's different when a person's child is speaking for them and they're gone, but this person is alive. So the way I took photos of her to immortalize her, to if she passes away, her story will forever live. They won't have to wonder what kind of person she was. They will know. I gave her flowers while she's still alive. So in this project, I'm never trying to get away of what makes Oak Cliff. Some things that are inevitable, like what it looks like, the people in it. I'm not trying to hide that from the masses. Of course, there's a hood aspect to every neighborhood, obviously. And I'm not trying to erase that by any means, because I've had people ask me, like, are you trying to paint this perfect picture of Oak Cliff being this glamorous place? And that's not what I'm trying to do. People misconstrue my intent. My intent with this project is to highlight that it's more than what people see, more than what people have been led to believe it is. Through my photography, I want people to see Oak Cliff in a positive light and not just what the media has pushed as, oh, avoid Oak Cliff at all costs. Don't go to Oak Cliff. Just go to Oak Cliff to get food and leave.
It's all gang violence.
Absolutely. And
I think,
and I truly believe that the masses will see Oak Cliff for the mecca that it truly is, and hopefully the people who can affect change can come back and pour back into it. We shouldn't have to leave. I'm not afraid of change. We use the word gentrification, but I think gentrification is change that's not intended to help the people that are there now. So for me, when we are afraid of change, the change that's being made aren't serving the people that are there now. It's eradicating them. So why I'm capturing this is because 5 years from now, something that's there now might look completely different. So a restaurant that's there now might be a Whole Foods in 5 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, go ahead. I'm sorry. Were you
No,
about
you
to say
preach.
something? Oh, okay. So I think it's very important and imperative that I can't do this by myself. So I'm not even trying to gatekeep documenting. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I wanted people to be motivated to go capture these moments because I can't capture this all by myself. But I think people are motivated to get paid. You know, that's what the driving force of creating is. And I think that's what separates me as a photographer is that God ain't gonna let me see the streets. You know, God has put me in a phenomenal position to survive and take care of myself well into my 30s. I'm a great saver, so I'm not too much worried about getting paid. You know, when it happens, it'll happen. But I truly want to create something to motivate the Black community to not leave the Black community. We go to Forney, we go to Frisco, we go to Plano, we go to all these different places, but we've truly left.
Forney and Plano.
Did I strike a nerve? Did I strike a
Who
nerve?
got them rich white people?
No, see, I'm an
problems?
implant though. I'm not from here, so I moved.
Oh, okay.
I moved to I was Plano, but
You know,
I love Oak Cliff though, because the first place I went to in Oak Cliff when I moved here, I played golf at Cedar Crest. Cedar Crest has a beautiful history.
Come on, man. We got golf courses in Oak Cliff, bro. Like,
golf courses.
Courts. You got tennis courts
Yeah.
up there at Keys Park.
Yeah.
This is
Golf
what
course.
I'm
It's black golf course. It's black. Oh man, I loved it.
Man, look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I'm trying to do for Oak Cliff. I ain't told nobody this, but I'm on the Black Heritage Celebration Committee at the Dallas Arboretum. And if you know the Dallas Arboretum, that's completely white. There is no black figure on the board at all. Like I'm a part of the Black History Celebration Committee. And what I'm trying to do is get the Dallas Arboretum to come to Keys Park and set up flowers and a whole setup to bring the Arboretum to the community. Because every time they reach out to me, they're like, Don, how can we tap into the Black community? How can we do this? How can we do that? And it's just like, you have to serve the Black community. The Black community isn't going to come to the Dallas Arboretum because it's nothing there for them. You know, the only time you want to celebrate us is in February, the shortest month of the year. Why can't you?
And it's cold.
And it's cold outside. Why can't you bring flowers to the community? Why can't you bring gardens to Keys Park and set up a whole kiosk and bring the Perot and partner with the Dallas Museum of Art and set up a whole event for the community? You know what I mean?
Glenwood is a good one too, because
anywhere in Oak Cliff. Anywhere in Oak Cliff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to open up doors and use my influence, not just for myself, but for my community. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just out here talking about this. I don't tweet. I don't post Facebook posts. I don't use my thumbs. I use my actions, dude. Like, I'm really out here. I just been shooting photography for a year. And like all of these doors are opening up for me. And every time a door open up, I kick a door back so I can open up a door for somebody else to walk through. Because I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not the type of person who, I'm big on really like opening up doors for other creators to be able to do what they do and to really use my platform. Because I'm really living on borrowed time, man. Like, I look at every moment that I'm here as an opportunity to do something to honor the people who come before me. So I can't wait for this D Magazine segment to come out so y'all can really see the questions that they asked, to really conceptualize what it is that I do and how I do it. But I really want to put action behind these words. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people talk about it, but you got to be about it. You know what I mean? You got to put action behind it. You got to put action behind it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in all that talking. It sound like people always say, bro, it sound good. Nah, bro, do this. Actually be about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything with the village is staying in Oak Cliff, but also I've been talking to the city of Dallas because I want the city of Dallas to support this project. I want this project to be at AT&T Discovery Park. When you go to AT&T Discovery Park and you see that 200-foot screen. I want to see my community on that screen. When you see the Omni and you see all the cool little stuff that they put on the Omni that's lit up, I want to see Oak Cliff on the Omni building. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Village Oak Cliff on the Omni this time next year. You know, so I'm building these relationships to really put Oak Cliff in a respectable place, because I talked to a documentarian out of Harlem, and he was like, man, you know, people praise Harlem, but Harlem had people telling Harlem stories. Dallas don't have nobody telling Dallas stories. So it was just like, damn, dude, you got to be the change you want to see. You got to really be out here and do something about this. Like, you can't. I was sitting back waiting for other people to do this for me, like people that I felt were more qualified than me. But I said, man, you got a camera, you got a mind, you got an eye, you visual. Go out here and do it yourself. So that's how the Village was created. And now it's like, it's on news segments. It's about to be in a magazine. It's in the newspaper. You know, like, I literally created this from dust, and now it's tangible. You know, so that's something that, you know, I don't know, man. Like,
that's big. I mean, that's big. I mean, just listening to you, I can hear your passion, and I can definitely feel your passion. I'm sure everybody on Instagram, everybody on Media Room 360 right now, they definitely feel the passion. And I'm a supporter, man. Like I said, because I love Oak Cliff, just to play the golf up there. I miss playing at Cedar Crest. I might just talking about that. I might go back up to Cedar Crest and play some golf.
Yeah.
I mean, Oak Cliff has a golf course, people. So you know what I'm saying. So that's how they're living up there, and you don't even know about it. You think it's all bad, and they have beautiful homes up there. It's just, I mean, just the whole area is beautiful. So,
but it goes so much deeper into like really wanting to tap into city planning, because my aunt put it into perspective. Like, Oak Cliff has no major grocery stores in Oak Cliff. They have no quality food in Oak Cliff. We need food to survive. You mean
they
to tell
keep
me
opening up gyms?
Exactly. So it's like
gyms, like, what a grocery store?
we don't have quality food in Oak Cliff. Walmart is not quality food. You know what I'm saying? So residents of Oak Cliff have to go to North Dallas. They have to go to Plano and DeSoto and Cedar Hill and all these different places to grocery shop. They can't even do the basic necessities in their neighborhood, so they're motivated to leave. That's a city planning issue.
The houses, the price of the houses are going up. When I was purchasing a house, they wanted $300,000 for the house. Okay, it was 2 schools there, but I'm like, ain't no gas station, there's no grocery store. I gotta travel.
Oh, he just sparked the business. He just sparked the business thing right there. Do I need to invest and open up a Whole Food store and
grocery store?
Man, look.
Everything that was a grocery store is now a gym. They keep popping up these gyms.
When you think about that, man, think about living in a place where you can't even grocery shop for your family. You got to drive 30 minutes to go get food. You got to go pick up your kid 30 minutes that way. It's like it's not livable. You know what I mean? So when you're trying to plan your life out in Oak Cliff, so when people left Oak Cliff, I can't blame them for leaving. So I don't look at somebody who left Oak Cliff and say, why did you leave? I look at them and say, damn, like I understand why you left, but what can we do to bring us back to our community before we lose it? Because I metaphorically think in my mind, we're losing the grip on our culture. We're losing the grip on our home. You know what I mean? Like, they're coming back and buying the block at a crazy rate. My father passed away in 2017. 2018, I got a knock on the door from an investor saying, hey, are you looking to sell your home? On Ann Arbor. I lived at 1245 East Ann Arbor. We still own that house. They offered us $180,000 for that house. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to turn around and sell it for $400,000.
Exactly. 15 minutes away from downtown Dallas. When you start to check the proximity of Oak Cliff and see, oh damn, it's 15 minutes away from downtown. You can get to Arlington. You can get on 3. You can get 20, 45. You get, oh, this is prime real estate right here. And you don't know the value of it, but these white investors know, he's 28 years old. He wants to live in a nice loft. He don't want to live at grandma's house no more. He gonna sell it to me for $180,000. He'll take the check and run. And that's what's happening, is that the generations before us are dying off, leaving it to our generation, and we don't see the value of our real estate. We don't see the power that we really have. So they're coming in and playing on our minds with these big figure checks.
Yeah,
They're small checks, but
small checks.
big small checks. But to someone who, is looking for a quick payout, you know what I mean? $180,000 is life changing for somebody, So they're playing on the weak mindedness of our generation. But I'm so grateful that my father instilled in me the power of understanding, stand your ground, understand that I invested in this house. Don't lose this house. I paid for it. It's paid for. It's ours. Your generations can eat off this forever. So when I learned that also from my grandmother passed away in 2000. We have a house in Oak Cliff that was paid for in 1960. We own that house. You know what I mean? So when people lose their homes and they're selling it to people, and you see people moving in that don't look like you start to question, like, damn, did you not see the value in what you had? Like, was the money that important for you to just run away? And little by little, the Black community is starting to, I don't want to say poison, because I'm not saying white people are poisoning the Black community, but in essence, we are losing our community. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have the same thing as we had when we were growing up. We don't have Miss Johnson down the street that used to bake pies. We ain't got, this woman who, we ain't got the candy house. We ain't got the snow cone, man. We ain't got none of that. Like we're just so far away from our roots. And with this photo series, I want to show the essence of the community. I don't want to just show businesses. I want to show barbecues and show uncles and grandmas and cousins and June bugs and Ninis and poo-poos and all. I want to show all that, because that's our community. Like, we don't have no imagery of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just important to capture, man, before we can't capture it at all. So
exactly,
that's pretty much what I'm doing.
All right. Well, y'all been tuned into Big Bink's break room tonight. Big Bink is there in the top on Media Room 360, at the bottom on IG. You got Action Jackson, me, Shawnee Scott, and our guest Don T, who is doing a project called Village Oak Cliff. You can follow him on Instagram at Village Oak Cliff, or check out his website at shyaboutmyart.com. Shy About My Art is also another IG page that he has. So you guys make sure you follow him, keep up with him, and support in whatever way you can. And then we're gonna, put our heads together and figure something out for you as well. We thank you. I want to
challenge y'all to watch this documentary called Through a Lens Darkly. Very powerful documentary on capturing Black stories. It talks about photographers and videographers really capturing the Black community. And I think if you see that documentary, you'll see what it is I'm trying to do with the Village.
Through a Lens Darkly. Where can we find that? Is it on?
It's on YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's called Through a Lens Darkly, man. It's so powerful, man. And it talks about Gordon Parks and all the people that were like him in his era. Have you ever heard of A Good Day in Harlem? The photo?
Yeah. Is that the one where the kids are sitting on top of the car?
No, that's not that photo.
The kids in the suit? Okay.
No, I know exactly. That's in Chicago. That's not Harlem. Okay. But A Good Day in Harlem is a photo of these children sitting on a curb, and they're in front of a brownstone. And it's like hundreds of jazz artists of that era coming to meet to take a photo. And then they did it again, I think, in like 99 or something like that. And only maybe 10, 15 people were alive. And it really puts it into perspective, like, damn, like life cycle is crazy. And the brownstone was boarded up on the second photo. So it really shows you like just time, what time can do and how time can get away from you. It was a beautiful day in Harlem. They all suited up, kids are dressed nice. And then a few years later, they all met up in the spots that they were sitting in years ago. And then it shows like them kind of spread out, and you see how many people have gone in that amount of time. I want to create that. I want to create a good day in Oak Cliff. I don't know what public figures I could use in Oak Cliff. It really doesn't even have to be public figures, but if I could get 100 to 200 people to take this photo and then come back 40, 50 years from now, that photo right there, that's a powerful photo right there.
So that was in
really,
1958. That's the one from
1958.
1958.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the one from. Here's the current one.
Well, you can find 99. I'll be one of the 100.
Yeah, like I really want, and it might not even be 99. Now that I look at it, that's probably like 50 people.
Well, you only need 49 because I'll be one of the 50.
Absolutely. Yeah, please. Absolutely.
All right, and then here is the okay, so y'all see that one. I'm gonna put this other one up here. Let's see. Is that it? No, that's not it.
That is a dope look though, because that was us back in our excellence, and when we were together and doing our thing, and those days they seem like they're gone. Sad to say, but it just seems
here's the new one.
Boom, you see that?
Oh wow,
that's cold, man. That when I saw that one, I was like, ooh. It really did something to me because it really puts it into perspective. Like, man, like that was really truly a good day in Harlem. Like, it's a moment in time that I'm pretty sure all of these people carried to the day that they died. Like they loved that day. They saw the importance of meeting together and taking that photo. And now it's only one child that can represent. It's only one child out of all of them kids that were in that photo. One woman out of those four, like, come on, man. A good day in Oak Cliff. Like, I need to make that happen. I need to make that happen. Like, I wanted to do a call to action. So the reason, Shawnee, when I was talking about getting on the radio and TV, I wanted to put a call to action to Oak Cliff because I need Oak Cliff to help me. Like, I need Oak Cliff to come rally behind me so that I can capture these images. Well,
like, you got one other person on Instagram, Dan King QB Academy. So make sure you follow him, King.
Absolutely.
DM.
Hey, my phone is about to die on this Instagram, so it's getting dark.
I know. Yes.
Yeah. Everything. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about to die.
No, that's cool. I like how y'all like intertwine Instagram and Facebook. I didn't know you could do that. That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Technology,
this is actually seen on. You can see it on Facebook. We also have an audience on YouTube.
Can I share this? Is this gonna be on your Facebook? Okay, I'm gonna find it and share it to my page.
You can share it from there. It's on Apple TV. It's on Amazon Fire, and it's also on
Roku. Yep.
So it's distributed in a couple places. Cool. But thank you again for hanging out with us, and then four of us, we got to all get together. With Big Bink, so you can, do what you do there, get you with action, and then we'll have to set up a showing for you. I might do it in my spot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would love to come there and see some of your photos, and definitely I would purchase some on that because I love art. Period. My dad's an artist.
For sure.
But just I'm so into African American art, or just that our culture, period, and I love to support that. So I would love to definitely purchase some of your art.
So I'm definitely having a crowdfunding party for the village because I really want the community to support this project. I'm actually meeting with my PR manager tomorrow, and we're gonna kind of hash out the details of what that's gonna look like. But I'm really trying to set a party for the village to get Oak Cliff to come to see what it is I'm doing, give me an opportunity to speak in front of the masses and really tell people that, it's really a call to action to get Oak Cliff to support this project because there's nobody really truly trying to capture Oak Cliff the way that I am. So I think that I need the support. Obviously, when we were talking about documentary, like I don't have the camera that I need to capture the best possible documentary for Oak Cliff. And I want to be able to do that. So I really want either a production team to get behind me or to crowdfund so that I could fundraise to get it.
Jabari.
Yeah, you need to talk to Action. You know, like everything you need might be in these 3 squares. Like
it might just
Jabari.
be. It might just be. Hey, like just let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Definitely.
So I'll definitely keep y'all abreast of everything. I'm grateful, Shawnee, for you to allow me to come here and share my story. It's really appreciated.
You're more than welcome. Young man doing big things, so
Yes.
we have to applaud that. You ain't have your pants off your behind. You ain't rapping.
Oh no.
Nothing against the rappers, but you know, dang.
We gonna save them. We don't give up on them. We gonna save them. We can't turn our back to them. We gonna try to get them right. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's important because
very important.
It's very important but it takes a village. You see what I'm saying? It legitimately takes a village. Don't turn your back on them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's take this village and try to keep us close, man. We can't lose no more.
Yeah,
you know.
Real talk.
We can't lose no more. So,
and just real talk. Definitely real talk. So we'll definitely be in touch, man. All 3 of us, and we'll put our heads together and we'll put something together. We want to thank everybody for checking out Big Bink's Break Room tonight, and catch us next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, right here on the Media Room 360.
Action's getting ready for the ride. That's what
Action's getting ready for the ride. San Francisco to LA, the AIDS Ride 2022. For more information, go to what's the website?
I think we took our website down, but I'm already on there. So just stay on Big Bink's Break Room podcast, and I will keep you informed about the AIDS Ride, helping out the people living with AIDS and HIV in San Francisco, Los Angeles area. Always giving back to the community, and again, I appreciate you guys' support on that always.
We see y'all next week. Appreciate it, Don.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet 'em in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room.